Hey everybody, welcome to this second lesson in Learning Go. So basically the next lesson is, well, first, before I even get into the next lesson, which is going to be functions, I just want to also quickly mention that they're of const. So basically we know that I can declare, so I could declare a variable like this with this weird operator that infers the type. But if I want to declare a variable as a constant, basically what I would do is I would just use const. So just like anything else, I would do const my num 2, and again I got to declare the type afterwards, so it would be my num int equals 5. Okay, notice I'm not putting any kind of semicolons or anything. I'm just going to the next line. And then there's my next thing. Okay, cool. So now with that, let's go to the functions. So the way a function works is you start by declaring the func with the keyword func. So then we'll just call this say my name. That'll be the name of my function. Say my name. Okay, and then I would declare the parameters. So my parameter would be name. So it would be my name, which is going to be of type string. And it's going to return, if I wanted to return a value, I have to also announce that. So I'm going to return a string. Okay, so this is a little bit weird if you've done functions in other languages. Because in other languages, while you have to declare, usually what you would do is you would declare the type at the beginning of the function, and you can only, like in C++ at least, you would declare the type of the function at the very beginning of the function, and you'd only be able to return that type of value from the function. So if I declared an int function, whatnot. But again, like everything here, type's at the end. So I'm saying I'm creating a function called say my name. I'm taking one parameter called name that's going to be a string type, and I'm returning a string. Okay, so that's what this means. So format.print, and then this is going to print string name, or yeah, name. Okay, that's basically what it'll do, and then it'll return name. Okay, so there's my function. Okay, I deleted that there by accident. Okay, and again, I can see that these two match and that I need those two. So these two curly brackets. So actually, I should probably, for the sake of good code, indent these. So that way we know all this belongs to this function. Okay, and I should probably indent that so we know that belongs to that function. Okay, that's another thing about making good code. Indent makes it easier to read. So now this is much easier for me to see that this is the main function. This function is made within the main function, or I declared it within. I could actually just probably move this to before. And put my function declarations before the main function. I will find out if I can do that. Okay, so I put my function declaration here, and I can just actually just use the function over here. So say my name. Okay, and then we'll create a string, Alex Merced. And then we're going to do a format print. Okay, and then inside of it, we're going to see if we can actually pass a function as a function. Oh, well, what it'll do is it'll use the value returned by the function. So say my name, and then once again, we'll call this Alex Merced 2. So if this works the way I expect it to work, we're going to see say my name, print Alex Merced once, because the function's going to print it, that's part of the function over here. Now, in this case, what's going to happen is at first, it's going to run the say my name function with Alex Merced 2, which this will print Alex Merced 2 on the screen, but then it's going to return Alex Merced 2 to the format print function here, which will then print it again. So I'll see Alex Merced once, and then Alex Merced 2 twice. So let's see if I am correct. Ooh, I got errors. Oh, because I imported math and I didn't use it. Okay, I'll put that back later. Oh, actually, can I comment that out from here? I'm not super familiar with REPL. this was like a text editor, I can just hit Control. Yep, that works. Control \, and I can comment it out. Nice. So I commented that out. Let's run that again. Cannot refer to unexported name format print. And name y. F. Should we comment? Get rid of these parentheses. I think that might be what's causing the problem. Okay. FMT print looks correct, but we'll put the F just in case for the other type of print. Okay. Oh, that's why. And I mentioned this in the last video. In this language, they care about what type of quotation you use. Okay, so you can see I've been doing a lot of JavaScript the last few days where that doesn't matter, and I'm getting sloppy. Okay. Cannot refer to an export name format print. Oh, over here. Okay, so we'll just change it to printf. Okay. And the other problem was was this. That was a lowercase p. So important, lowercase. Remember, when you're doing the print function, it's uppercase p. Okay. So I should be able to take off the f's now. It was just that. Okay. So let's run it. And it works. So as we said before, it's going to print out Alex Merced once because we ran it here, the function itself. But then since we passed the function as an argument to the print function, it printed once when the function ran, and then another again when we return the value to print on the screen. So you see it twice there. So cool. That's a basic function. Okay, another cool thing about Go is you can actually return multiple values. Okay, and you can actually name your values ahead of time. So I could do something like this. Um, do it like this. Name to string. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to specify what I'm returning. So I can do an anonymous return. What this means is that, so the first parentheses are my parameters. The second parentheses are my return values. And since I'm naming my return values, if I don't specify what I return, it's going to look for this variable and return whatever that's worth at the end of the function. Okay, and actually I can name it, make return 2. Okay, return, we'll just leave it at that for now. Just to get the point across. So format print name. Okay, and then we're going to say that name2 equals name right before the function ends. Okay. And actually we're going to say a equals name2 plus the word space is awesome. Okay, cool. So in that case, what it should do, so first time we're going to run the function, it should say Alex Merced is awesome. Oh, actually, no, first time it should just print Alex Merced because you're not using the return value. The second time, it'll print Alex Merced 2, and then the third time, the return value is being used by the print function, so it should say Alex Merced 2 is awesome. So let's see if that works the way as predicted. Yes. But I had put that new line in there, so it said Alex Merced 2, new line is awesome. But the point is made. So again, even though I didn't specify what I could return, I'm able to do so. I'm able to actually predefine what to be returned over here by having a second set. And you can actually have multiple variables that are returned, and then it'll grab those variables and return those in the order that you specified them. Okay, so that way if you were to want to capture multiple values from that function or pass into a function that takes multiple parameters, you can use it for that. So that's really cool. But that's essentially functions in Go. So key things to remember, again, Types are always at the end, not at the beginning. You have to specify the type of what you're returning. And if you name your return variable from the get-go, then you don't actually have to specify what you're returning at the end. That is pretty cool. Otherwise, pretty standard function stuff. You give your function a name, you name your parameters, find what your function does, and then you use it as many times as you like. So that is functions in Go, or at least the basics. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video.